All right. Welcome, welcome to our Good Vibe Tribe team call. It is May 28th. I'm Jacqueline Hughes. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We're going to dive into some fun topics, and then I'll hopefully be getting to your questions at the end, but it's going to be a good training call for something super valuable for your business. If you are new to the Good Vibe Tribe, first, congratulations for taking this next super important step on your journey, and we are so glad to have you as part of the family. That's really what this is. You all are my extended family, and if I haven't had the privilege to connect with you yet, person to person, I hope to at some point, and I know that Meredith and all the other leadership echo that same sentiment. First things first is you want to start your own Beachbody challenge like a boss. You want to get your results. You want to have something to share. You want to be able to speak with integrity about what it is we offer, what we do, and that starts with you. It starts with you committing to your own fitness program, your own nutritionals, getting your own results, and starting to find your voice as a coach. And that comes from experience and from doing. You learn by doing. So first things first, practice the vital behaviors. Number one is be proof the products work. Do your workouts, do your Shakeology. Dive into the meal plan, whether you're doing 2B mindset or portion fix. Really start to get into that process. Connect, invite, and follow up. I like to say this is relationship building. This is the relationship building and what differentiates us from every other marketing company out there. I believe that there's product-based companies, nothing wrong with that, but we are a relationship business. And so that's why it's so important that we connect. We follow up with people and we start auditioning. I call it auditioning as your coach from day one. So that follow-up piece, that getting in there and really starting to cultivate a relationship early on. That's what sets us apart in how we coach and what we do. And it also makes it so much more rewarding in my experience. Number three, we help people get results, whether that's in building their own business as part of our team, or whether that's their physical transformation from health on the inside to their external result on the outside. Whatever it is that they're after, you help them get the result. There's a saying that you get what you want by helping enough people get what they want. So getting out there and helping them get a result. Vital four is personal development. This is a huge piece in my opinion. It's one of the top ones, or it should be, because if you're not working on you, not committed to that process from the inside out, you're going to hit roadblocks as an entrepreneur, as a coach. It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And so that piece, that personal development piece, working on your mindset, this space between your two ears is what's going to help you get through, not around, but straight through all the different obstacles that you're going to face in this business as an entrepreneur and in life. Because I can tell you, I started doing personal development for the business, but it has helped in every facet of my life. So do that piece. Don't wait. Hold out on that. Hit Success Club 6 by helping three people. You can earn back your initial investment and help them get started on their journey, have additional accountability. That's how Mary and I both started 5 years ago, was because we needed something bigger than us to hold ourselves accountable, so we didn't start and stop something else. And that piece of inviting one another into this opportunity, linking arms with the community, and really just jumping in is what kept us accountable and helped us grow our businesses. Advancing to Emerald means that that's your first promotion that you give yourself by inviting two people to join your team. It also opens up a separate income structure. You're no longer just commissions based. You also are being recognized for your team building and leadership qualities, which builds that residual income over time. If you hit Success Club in your first 3 months as a coach, you also become a success starter and you earn your free ticket to Summit, either 2019 or 2020. I think we're now moving into the 2020 space. Still a super important thing, because the coaching summit is our biggest event of the year. You're going to see us all there in like a month or two, like just over a month. Who's all going? If you're on the call, raise your hand. Who's going? Yay! So you're going to see all of us there, and you're going to want to be there too. So make sure that you get your free ticket, or that you do go just get on the list for this year. You can also get a new coach rate if you're a new coach for getting to Summit. Log in, do the coach training on the coach training website. We have a brilliant new coach quick start. Everything you need to know to jump right into your business is on the coaches.com site. I'm kind of fond of it because I had a hand in creating it, so I think it's pretty spiffy. So get on over there. I get people all the time, I got somebody interested, what do I do? Go to the Coach Quick Start, watch the first 5 videos, and you'll be awesome. You'll be set to go. So we also have trainings at the top of each month. So we're coming up on a new month. We just wrapped up an amazing team-wide sneak peek. Mary Moore, Courtney, and I headed that up. We had a lot of you in there, and I thank you for your participation on that. If you want to help grow your team, link arms with us. We're all there to work on this together, and things like that group are great. So that duplication point that we say there to help your new clients get results, all those team components, that's where it helps to build this process. It's all there for you. You don't have to recreate the wheel. We've got the different scripts. We've got ways for you to learn to talk to people. We've got trainings. We've got calls. Lean into the community space, because that's where you're going to foster connection and relationships and build your confidence, knowing that we all have your back. Look at this freaking Success Club board, guys. You guys, this is amazing, amazing. We are at the end of the month. There's still time. Still time. If you're not in Success Club, I've locked it in. I'm not even ashamed. I've locked it in the last day or two of the month. Anybody else before? Let's see a show of hands. If you've been at this last day, 19th hour. Yep. I've locked it in last day of the month. So those of you that might just be on the cusp, do it. But look at these rock stars. Moira at 32, Erin at 30, Jolie at 28, Lauren at 28, Courtney 26, Bethany 20, Katie Moore 20, Shannon Riley 20 at 18, myself, Meredith, 16, Cece Davis, 14, we have Lauren and Austin, 13, Miss Megan Holmes, here, Kristen Blake, or at 12, we have Kristen Blake, Jessica Griffith, Carly Perrins, Sally, Jamie, Colleen, Riley, Larissa, and at 10, we have Danielle Porter, Carrie Crowther, Stephanie, Jamie, woo woo, Lindsay, Kristen, Reeves, am I saying that wrong? Reeves, I think I'm saying that right. Holly, Rachel, Tova, Kendra, Mary, Stephanie, April, Ashley, Chelsea, Allison, look at all these 10s, guys. Jennifer, Hannah, Katie, Jennifer, and Shania, I know this is Shania. That's awesome, because if that's your second qualifier month, that means you just earned yourself a ticket. If you earned it last month and this month, those Success Club 10 people, that means you blocked in a spot to the tailgate party at Summit, which is going to be a fun event to go to as well. So at Success Club 5, helping 3 or more people, we have at Success Club 8, Michelle, Jessica, Annie, Holly, Kat, Jennifer, Maria, Lauren, Brandy, Heather, Holland, Heather, Brittany, Mary, Annalisa, Victoria. That's a heck of a lot of people that are one person away from earning themselves that ticket at Summit 2. We have Miss Sarah. We're at Success Club 6. We have Sarah, Leanne, Christian, Rachel, Lauren, Lee, Kristen, Erin, Jennifer, Kristen, Alicia, Sarah, Elizabeth, Missy, Rita, Nathan, I'm assuming that's supposed to say Nathan. I'm going to just go with that. Jana, Amber, Christy, Melissa, Lauren, Summer, Jessica, April, Renee, Kelly, Roxanne, Sarah, Erica, Shannon, Erica. You guys, I don't have a problem reading names, but I tell you, when all of them are up on the board like that, it's like, wow. I feel like an auctioneer when you have to say things really, really fast, and I'm not gifted at that. And holy guacamole. Okay, so everything I just said about rocking it in that last couple days of the month, you guys, I'm not going to read through this board, but you guys can do this. So many amazing people are just a hop, skip, and a jump from help a couple more people, and there's so many ways to do that. All right. Oh my goodness. Do you see this? Are you guys seeing this right now? Look at all this. What? That is awesome. Usually Amir has the number of how many people that is that we've helped, but I'm going to tell you that's a lot of people right there. That's a lot of people. That's amazing, you guys. All right, so top coach for this last week was Ms. Erin Hopkins at top PV 1141. We have in the 900 club, Bethany and Meredith, 700, Moira, 600 club, Brandy, Fallon, Megan Holmes, 500 club, Chelsea, Katie, 400 club, myself, Melissa, Barbara, Courtney, Sally, Heather, Amy, Annie, 300 club. We have Olivia, Janice, Danielle, Wendy, Renee, Jessica, Lauren, Jeffrey, Maria, Kristen, Katie, Ashley, Kara, Shannon, Elizabeth, and Holly. You guys, being on the volume board, we recognize Success Club because it's a good building block and metric for your success and continual growth in this business. This is retention. This is residual income. Amazing. And people, if you're seeing people up on this board consistently, it means that they are the ones earning a consistent income over time. So you want to hop up on this board. You want to have that retention and build your business out strong. These are strong businesses right here. Good Vibe Tribe shout outs. We have new Emerald coach, Suzanne Cox and Danielle Perota. New Emeralds means that they've started to grow their team, again, opening up that second income earning structure for themselves so that they can not only earn commissions, but also be recognized for their leadership. And that is a really, really solid place to be. Next stop, Diamond, and we are so excited for you guys. Breaking news is a tab in your Coach Online office, and you should be checking it every single day to know straight from Beachbody what is on the menu for us as coaches, what kind of trainings are available to you, what announcements there are going on. We have some amazing stuff happening. May Challenge Pack promotion still in effect with the 21-day fix, getting that new live streaming. We have the summit selection, general registration. If you're already registered, you need to be selecting. You have a general registration, so you need to opt into your workouts, those types of things. And then they have a new structure this year where, depending on where you are at, when you hit summit, you're going to go into certain tracks so that you're learning information that's pertinent to the rank that you are in your business, which is really exciting. It's the first year they've done it like that, and I'm stoked. I think it's going to be great. Plant-Based Recover has launched. Hopefully you've gotten yours and you're sharing, or you've got it on your auto ship for next month to try it so that you can be giving that product or the product firsthand account of what it's like. I know there are some other things coming up like Morning Meltdown 100. I got to sample some of the workouts. Somebody in the test group let me try a few, so it was really, really fun, and it was something you guys should be really excited about. I think you're going to love it. Lots of fun, inventive moves from Jericho. It's going to be a good time. All right, so today, y'all get me talking about or sharing about adding value, using a free group model, or ways to add value, not just only free groups, but some other ways that I found over the years. Now, the reason we wanted to talk about this is because in the very beginning of both Meredith and my business, neither of us were in the space of, and there wasn't a lot of people out there doing virtual wellness communities, and so people weren't as familiar. And so we needed to find a way to warm them up to not only us, what we had to offer, and get them in a space where it wasn't a hard transition for them to go into a challenge group community because they were more familiar with the ideas. So now we've had years to sample out different ways of what's working and what has helped people the most. So I'm going to give you some ideas in this call. I'm going to open it up to questions, but I really want you to we want to start this call by thinking about who, we've talked a lot before about avatars, but who specifically are you trying to help? What season of life are they in? We've done some calls recently about who you're speaking to when we're doing our scripts, when we're doing our posts. But the same thing needs to be taken into account when we're going to offer up something. We call it free or a freemium, or maybe it's a group structure. And I'm going to share mine with you that has been really, really beneficial for helping me build relationships. Because if you go back to what I shared at the very beginning of this call, we are a relationship-based business. And you need to be looking at ways to do that on multiple platforms. Think about the person that you're trying to speak to and what platform they're on. For me, a lot of people are on Instagram and on Facebook. You need to be thinking about where they're looking and what they're wanting information about. Do they have school-age kids? Are they looking for lunches? Are they looking for toning their tummy for summer? Are they looking for tight buns after baby? Are they training for a marathon? Are you a runner? Are you a hiker? Do you hate fitness and you want stuff that doesn't feel like working out so that you can get a check in the box? Are you focusing on your nutrition more and you really want to help people simplify kids' nutrition or their own nutrition or family nutrition? So based on that, some of the recommendations that I have are getting into a space where you have a community. And I'm going to show you my screen because this is one that I opened when I was pregnant. And I know you're going to think, well, of course, when you're pregnant, that was a very niche market. You're right. It was. And I could have missed this opportunity, but I did not. And so I want you to think about what you could start one of these for hiking. You could start one of these for sugar cleansing. And I'm going to show you some frameworks of that too. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. This group was called Rockin' Your Bump and Beyond. And it was just a Facebook community. And I know Kate Schulte's also has done one like this, where hers is just daily motivation, and she calls it her VIP group. And this is just a free space. I have a welcome video, and we talk about all things mom related, some pregnancy stuff, there's photos. Nobody has to buy anything from me to be a part of this group. It's just a group where I support other women that want to be more mindful of their health during pregnancy and their early postpartum days. So when you open up a group like this, you can just add value. I don't pump a ton of energy into this group, but I have people want to join it all the time because it's other moms that are health conscious that want a safe place to ask questions, post pictures of their kids, be able to connect. And I ran it with another coach in Beachbody. So and she's not on our team. So that's one of the other things I want to share with you. We reached out to one another because we were at a similar space in our lives. We had a similar taste and success of business success. And we were in this chapter, and we were like, how fun would it be for us to team up and run a group together so that all the responsibility didn't just fall to one of us. So we opened up this community page and we started to talk about it when we did our workouts. We were like, join our Rock and Your Bump and Beyond group. But then what we did is in there, we would show some of the workouts that Katie and I were doing during our pregnancy or during postpartum. And the moms would be like, hey, I want to get in on that. Awesome. You can get into my wellness studio, which is the actual group where there's a challenge group, and I would break down the options for them from there so that that was an upgrade. But I had an audience and started to build a relationship with them in that group where I was sharing what was my favorite pregnancy leggings, what were some of the supplements I was taking, what recipes were helping me curb my sweet tooth or helping me with milk production, all those questions that we had in that phase. Maybe you're a runner or hiker. What type of supplements do you use to stay hydrated or with muscle soreness? Or maybe you're a mom pulling your hair out because you're a mom of all boys and you're like, these are my tamers for activities for kids or for toddlers, whatever your niche is. But that's why I want you to think of who you're speaking to, because you want to find a pain point of theirs that's going to help you speak to them, and that your free group is going to speak to a need that they have. So one of the other things that we now have in this season of our business that we didn't have was on Beachbody On Demand. You can get 2 free weeks. So when you log into your account, if you're putting share carts together, you can actually put 2 free weeks in somebody's cart and assign them to you as a coach. And when they get their 2 free weeks of Beachbody On Demand, you can therefore put a calendar together with anything that you want on it. And I'll show you what some of mine look like. All I did was open up Canva and hold on, I'm going to pull up my thing. Was do some customized calendars. So I take some of the workouts that I love, and let's say, I know Jamie too, if you're on the call. Hey Jamie, do you have yours so you can screen share in a minute and kind of show us a peek at yours too?
Yes, I don't know if I know how to screen share though. Let me play around with it.
It might just be along the bottom. If you're on your computer, I can walk you through it. But I'm going to show mine first, and then I'm going to let Jamie, because there's different ways to go about this. I just opened up Canva, and I create about once a month. I try to create a calendar. So I don't put I put 2 weeks worth of workouts on there. Sometimes I'll put 3 to tease them, because then if they're in that 2-week period and their 2 weeks is about to expire, they want to finish up the workout. So I have a whole folder in my wellness studio where I keep all the customized calendars. All these are, guys, is a calendar template that I dropped into Canva, and then I went through and I pulled all my favorite kickboxing workouts, because I noticed at one point in time I had a bunch of people that just really liked kickboxing cardio or cardio that didn't feel like cardio. So we did this one as a challenge. It was called my knockout challenge. And so I just went through and added this, and then this is my Tone Your Tush calendar. So I went through and found all my favorite booty toning workouts. These free groups can be just like you would promote. Tone your tush in time for summer. So 2-week free Tone Your Tush challenge or whatever it is, or ab challenge. And you go through and you pull all the different workouts from Beachbody On Demand that are, and pretty much everyone has their own ab workout, 15-minute abs, 10-minute abs. You pull the workouts from there and you drop them into a template like this, or Jamie's template is slightly different. So I'll walk her through on how to share it in a second. But I did a pregnancy fit calendar to demo some of the moms to show them how to do it. I have a travel fit one, preferred workouts by time, my fit favorites, clean week. So clean week is Beachbody's way of having you guys have a built-in free group already done for you. So you don't even have to come up with a free group concept on your own. With Clean Week, you can promote them trying out Shakeology with the Clean Week sampler pack and get access to the Clean Week workouts and the meal plan. It's all in Beachbody On Demand, already ready for you. So if you go into your Beachbody On Demand and you scroll down to Clean Week, they get to see the same thing. They get to sample the workout list and all the recipes, all the different things that are available, the program materials, the meal plan. So they get a real taste of what it's like to go through a challenge with you. And I see so many people hesitate to do a free group when now you have all the tools to do just that. Not only do you have them here, but in our FAQs for both our team pages, we've laid out exactly how to lead a free group, like step by step. Open a challenge group, put up a welcome video, put up info about your free clean group, and in your challenge tracker app, if you go to my challenge tracker portal, you can go in and they already have it laid out for you under, if you're in one of your groups, right here along the side, our challenge group guides right there. Do you see that? Click on that. And it already tells you what you need to post day 1 through day 7 of Clean Week, of any of the programs that you want to do. So just think in terms of simplifying, and you can really just take this any direction you want to go. It can be crock pot challenge, take your lunch to work challenge, the kids lunches challenge. That's a great one for fall if you're a mom. You can do the booty sculpting. Jamie, are you still on? I don't know if she's still on.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are on your computer and you go down to the bottom bar, right where you see all our faces, it says share.
I'm on my iPad right now.
Oh, okay, don't worry about it. So all hers was in
I can show you on my phone.
There you go. Here, make Jamie big. How do I make Jamie big? Speaker view. There you go, Jamie. I was going to try to pull it up, but I couldn't find where you'd put it.
I put it in our Coffee Talk.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the Coffee Talks group. Okay, I can do it then. Hold on.
Because that's, yeah, because you can't really see that, but this is my 5-day. But yeah, I put it in the Coffee Talks, this one. And then I also did another
Oh, there it is. I got it. I got you.
Cool. Sorry, I'm in the middle of my move. I have no idea where my computer is.
You're good. No, so she just did hers instead of a calendar. She just put cute little boxes, and she put Monday, and she did just a cute little 5-day of fabulous workouts, you know? So and that speaks to her demographic. So she got into the mindset of what she knew her people were going to jump on. And that way they get a taste of what the workouts are, what the whole feel of her group is, and the style of her coaching. And that's how you get people to warm up to you. So with that said, I want to open it up to questions before I dive into the next one, because I want to make sure I take you along with me on this crazy ride and don't just talk to you. And don't do the same one. Like if you do clean eating challenge already, shake it up and do something new the next time. If you've done, I also have the template, and I'm happy to share anything that you see here. You guys can message, and I'm happy to share with you. I also have one here. Where's this? For a no sugar. Here we go. I'm going to open this up. So like if you intermittent fast, I've seen people do amazing free groups on intermittent fasting. Maybe it's motivation. Maybe you need to do a 5-day how to get motivated mindset group. And then you filter in the best tools that you have to get people jazzed about creating changes. All right, so here's the no sugar challenge. You do a welcome video, ask them to introduce themselves, post a video article about what sugar does to the body, like start to talk to them about how they can start to, how they're going to start to feel if they commit to this challenge. Ask them to clean out their pantry. Like you break it down each day. And before you know it, the 5 days is up. And then on that final day, you're saying, hey, if you enjoyed or learned something throughout this challenge, let's connect with one another one-on-one and get you started in my community. And you transition from that space into your actual paid group. But this gives them such a much better understanding of who you are and what you're about. So if you're getting a lot of crickets and a lot of no's, put together a free group and say, hey, I understand you might be a little bit wondering what it is that I do. I decided I'd throw together a free group. jump into X, whatever group you've decided to name it. Make sense? Or the community page space. What questions do you guys have before we move on? Anybody? Nothing? Okay. D, I was going to ask you, so what are some of the groups that you felt most beneficial for adding value from the group side of things, instead of just, because we're going to talk about actual other freemium things that they can offer to build relationships.
Yeah, so a lot of mine, because my basis is out in nutrition, so a lot of mine are food and recipe groups. Crock-pot is really simple, Instapot, air fryer, mason jar, meal prep, really any kind of meal prep. And guys, to me, those are super easy. And granted, I mean, I realize nutrition is my thing, but you have the Fixate cooking show that has all of the recipes right there. You don't have to invent the wheel. You don't have to come up with something new. All you have to do is go through Fixate and pick out, I don't know, 5 things right there. You can make little meal plans off of them and offer them a free 3-day or free 5-day meal plan. I mean, Jax, you put up your one for Clean Week. I mean, people love meal plans. Anything you can do to give them something tangible to take away with your name on it is going to get your name back in their head. So they're going to remember that. That's a really easy way to do that. The meal prep, I mean, and just, I also like to do them seasonally. So like, don't do a crock pot one in the middle of June. That's silly. Nobody's using their crock pot in June. Do something like no cook meals. Beachbody blog has incredible meal plans already built into them. You don't even have to create anything. All you have to do is go through and chunk out the information in how many ever days that you're going to want to do this. And Jacqueline, I don't know if you're going to talk about this or not, but one of the other ways that I've started to add value through my Instagram stories is do mini free series through Instagram stories. So every day, I mean, you may be going to talk about this because I know you're really, really good at the Instagram.
This is the next transition, but kick us off. Go for it.
All right. So like, for example, if I was going to do a mason jar meal prep, I would do it on my Instagram stories and put interactive questions. Don't ask them to purchase anything during this. All your goal is through this is to add value, is to teach them something. Don't ever believe that people know things. Like, I know that sounds silly, but I can't tell you how many times people have been like, oh my God, what is powdered peanut butter? And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what powdered peanut butter is? Like, everybody knows that, but people don't. So talk about the things that you use, because there's a lot of people out there watching that don't have that information and don't know what you're talking about. So go in there with the intent to share value and just to add value to that space. And I feel like you always are going to come out in a better light. You're building relationships, connective tissue, making new friends. Ask them to invite a friend. Say, hey, you guys are welcome to add your friends to this group if you want. Then maybe you go follow or friend request them. It's really not difficult.
So 2 people that I really love to follow for business are Alex Beeden and Jasmine Starr. And they are queens and they're business related, but they both do free challenges all the time for business, like grow your Instagram, grow your stories. And they framework a free group. That's all it is. It's a free group. And so do I opt into all that? Hell yeah, I do. It's them for an entire week or 2 weeks where they're giving away ideas and content that's exactly the same idea. And if they are leading the industry in what they do, how am I ever going to think that it's above me to do the same thing, so that I'm constantly fostering a new relationship? Because while we may start our businesses with our warm market and people that know us and love us and are like going to do it, many of us do not have that. And so you need to be thinking about, how am I going to get to know more people and warm up to them? And I get asked all the time, how do you grow a following? You establish trust. And the way you establish trust is by showing your hand as a coach. What kind of coach are you? What is your emphasis? But that's why you need to get in the mindset of the people that you're trying to help. So like Dee said, she's very nutrition driven. In different phases of my life, I was very yoga driven. I did a invert your life challenge one time where I broke down inversions for a week and taught people how to stand on their head. People loved it. They loved it. And then what I did, I said, we're going to go from inversions into PIO, because that was right around the time PIO was launching. And so it was a segue into join my PIO group, and we're going to work on that. I've done mindfulness. I picked out some of my favorite personal development books, like You Are a Badass. Like, why not do a You Are a Badass group and break down the days of helping them find their, like, tap into your inner badass. That could be an amazing 5-day group. Who doesn't want to do that? Like, feel better about themselves. Like I mentioned intermittent fasting before. If you know the intermittent fasting, or maybe you don't, and you want to learn and you want to be better at in these different phases of your business, what excites you to learn more about, and then position yourself in a space where you get a couple books off of Amazon, you start to share the content as you're doing it, and you take people on that journey with you, because then you're growing together, you're excited to learn it, and you know what it also does is it establishes more confidence. It gives you content to share on your page because you're learning and you're growing, and you're putting it into a group space where you're adding value, but you're also doing, as Dee said, Instagram story challenges where you're showing, hey, this is what I'm putting together. If you find like what I'm doing right here, putting my salad jar meal together or packing my kids' lunch, and you'd like my free 5 days to kids' lunches for the fall, or you'd like my free let's break down inversions, whatever it is that meets the needs of your people, connect with me, and you will get people. Like I hear all the time, nobody's responding to me. People aren't. Well, then shake things up. Stop offering the same thing and expecting people to jump into whatever it is that you want. Start speaking their language. Put yourself in their shoes and give them something else to bite their teeth into. Maybe they're just watching, waiting to get to know you better, but you haven't provided an opportunity that speaks to them at their level. Get on their level. I want to go through some of the questions here. So we have free group. How long was I'm assuming you're talking about my Facebook group. The Rockin' Your Bump and Beyond group, we were going to set a timeline for it, but it took off. Like it still is going. My daughter's going to be 2 in August, and I still have new moms requesting to join it all the time to learn from us and to follow our journey through like motherhood. New moms in there now they're on to their second baby. So I keep it open because I want them to feel supported, and I'm not going to shut that community down. So I'd say whatever you feel, but that community specifically is ongoing for both of us. And again, link arms with somebody. I say it all the time and people hesitate, but look at the faces of the people on this call. We are all on the same team. We are all like on this mission to help. If there's somebody that you love their style, reach out and say, hey, I would love to do a free group with you. I think it would be really fun. Let's do this. Let's link arms and make it happen. What groups have had the most success? I could tell you which ones of mine had the most success, but that wouldn't matter because it's not going to be the same for you. We're not talking to the same people. You need to tap into the mindset of do the avatar call that we have, numerous avatar calls where we break down how to find your people. But it starts with, where do you want to grow? What do you feel like you already have expertise and a voice in? And what excites you? Because if you're excited and you bring that kind of energy, it could be a meditation one. I've done one of those. I had one of my friends on the island that was a really good meditation teacher. She and I taught yoga together. So I had her come over and we filmed a little short how to do guided meditations. We did a free 5-day to intro to meditation group. Just really whatever it is that resonates with you. How long do you advertise your free group before starting it? Like a week. I take about 3 to 4 days before the group starts, and I start just pumping up and that's a good question because you want to think about when to position your free group, right? So you want to position your free group so that it's feeding into the beginning of the month and you're locking in your successful points. So I found success for me usually doing free groups either the very end of a month, like the last week of a month, or the very first week of a month, so that you have plenty of time to transition those people into your challenge group. So think of the start time. When do your challenge groups start? Do they start the first week of the month? Because then you need to have your free group be the last week of the previous month. If your challenge group is going to start the second week of the month, you do your free group that first week of the month so that you're saying, hey, if you enjoyed this free group, you should join us for XYZ, where I'm really going to give you more value and you're going to dive into workouts and nutrition and all of the things that you may be touched on. And that's the other thing. When you're doing a free group, seed what more lies outside of that group. Like give highlights of your workouts, give a couple nutrition facts, and let them know that all of that content is going to exist in that next stage if they decide to join you. And you need to follow up. You need to write down everybody's name that joins that group. You need to be going to their posts. Those are now your people. For those 5 days, you need to be on their page, liking their stuff, messaging them, checking in, seeing how it goes. If you're just adding them to a group and expecting them to know what to do there, forget about it. You need to be tagging them every day in the videos that you post and then the content, and you need to be engaging with them to really build that relationship. How many free groups do I run every month? I'm at a point in my business where I do one free group probably every other month or maybe every third month. But when I was a new coach, I did 1 to 2 every month because I wanted to build my name and build trust and build relationships. I wanted people to understand what it was I had to offer. So wherever you are in your business, if you could be a coach for 6 months, but if you're still not getting anybody in the doors of your business, you need to have a free group on the books at least once a month, non-negotiably, so that you have a space for people to try out what it is that you're offering. Danielle answered that too. Personally, I only do 1 a quarter because it's a lot. Yeah, I've learned also that because where I'm at in my business now, Star Diamond Leadership, there's a lot more team building and support and trainings that I do. So I have to more equally divide my time. But again, as a new coach, I would pour a lot of time and energy. And even when I do them, I don't half-ass them. I put a lot of energy in them because, again, you're auditioning to be their coach. You're showing them your hand. So if you drop them in a group and you don't talk to them for a week and you just throw one post up a day as an auto-scheduled thing, do they really want to join you? Because they're not really getting. So that's why I said, when you get a chance to do groups like Alex Beaton's group or Jasmine Starr's group, they are in there. They are excited. They are doing live videos. They are giving you, hey, post this to your Facebook page. They've got a fun hashtag that you get to try out. So don't hesitate from trying out other people's freemiums too, from a business perspective, so that you get ideas on what really speaks to you about how to engage with people more. Do you have them living in the same space, or do you create a new group each time? Usually I would create a new group each time, because when I've done it where it's a revolving door and then it becomes like this whole other challenge group. There is a benefit to using the same Facebook group because you can keep people in it. I thought that was a benefit at one point, but then I realized that those people were just going to stay there until my next free group and they were never going to pull the trigger. And so why bet the cow when you get the milk for free? Like that may be a good idea when it's a sneak peek group, because you want those people sometimes to see different content roll through that group. But when it's a challenge group, you want them to talk to you, and they might just be a fly on the wall in there, and you want them to take the next step, and they're not ever going to take the next step if they just keep getting everything that you're offering for free. You know what I mean? So take that into consideration as well. All right. Questions? Anybody else want to speak up and share their experience? Maybe you've gotten an experience doing a free group that was beneficial, or maybe you had one that didn't go so well. Anybody want to share? Jamie?
I'll share. I don't think, Courtney, are you on right now? Is Courtney on tonight?
No.
Okay, I was going to say she shared some really valuable information on one of our calls. Because I did not have success with the group that I ran. I ran it, I think, like right around the middle of February. It was a 2-week group, and I added them for a free trial. The 2-week free trial, what I learned was now these people are carrying over till March. They still have their free trial and everything with the on-demand. So I wasn't really converting them over to where I wanted them to, like, by the end of February, I wanted them to enroll. So I think Courtney shared on our group doing something that's maybe not necessarily with the free trial and the workouts, but like the clean week, the clean eating week, or I think her and someone else, Erica, they videotaped themselves doing a workout from Beachbody instead of enrolling people in the free trial. And I really liked that idea. I think that might be a little bit more successful, because the way I think of it, if I'm giving someone 2 weeks free and it's going to be a 5-day group, they still have that whole time where you're not really converting them over to your group as quickly as you might want. So that's one thing I had to consider. And then Courtney gave me that idea, and she said, try doing it without the free trial. And I think that's a good idea.
It is. And the other thing to consider, if you're doing the 2 free weeks, you need to also they'll have to cancel the 2 free weeks to be able to sign up for a challenge pack at the end of it. So I would preemptively already have something written out and then know when people are activating theirs, so that you're saying, hey, your 2 free weeks is about to expire, and I want to make sure I get you a free month of Shakeology. So the way to do that is to make sure you sign up for a year's annual pass with my coaching and the meal plan, and Shakeology is included in that first month. So let's get you started with that. In order to do that, you need to cancel your free trial, and we roll you into that. That's how I transition people into getting started from a free group into a paid group. But yes, you're absolutely right. And some of these, they might not even access the workouts. I mean, if they're doing the mindset component, I always throw it into the group. I say, if you want to do some workouts while we're doing the mindset one, or if you want to start some workouts while we're doing the inversion one, talk to me and I'll help you get set up with a free trial on that as well. And some people will and some people won't, but it just depends on what it is that the nature of your group is going to be. Now, the other thing, guys, your wall, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're building, that is also the place you need to be adding value, because in your Instagram stories, as Dee was saying, but in your posts, there should be at least one, I would argue maybe 2 to 3 posts each week where you are giving somebody value so that they're coming to your page and they know that they can see not just like, hey, she's working out again. Maybe it's a motivational quote that you're helping to uplift them. Maybe you're giving them some insight about what you drink every day or eat every day, or a way that you have more energy, or a mindset tool. It doesn't have to be rocket science. And again, I'll go back to what Danielle said. She's absolutely right. Things that you might take for granted at this stage in your journey is just like, well, everybody knows that. Not everybody knows that. Not a lot of people know like the things that we are versed. We are in a very unique space in this community where we talk about things like mindset, nutrition, and health all the time. But if you're not in this space, you don't really know that all the time. So you want to start factoring in more of that into your post so that when people walk away, I always ask myself before I start drafting a post, what do I want somebody to walk away from reading this post thinking, doing, or feeling, right? So if they're reading this post, am I asking them with an action item to take action on a step? Am I hoping to instill more confidence in them? Am I helping them to feel like they are a badass and they can do anything? Am I leaving them with a nugget of information where they're like, ooh, I wonder what else Jackie has on here that I can dive into and figure out or know? Or I really found that helpful. I needed to hear that at this point in time. I'm going to make sure I check back into her page later. Because they're asking themselves, why do I care about what she's writing? And how can this help me? Right? So if you're running your posts through those types of filters, you're going to help them know why they're coming to see and talk to you and engage with you. And of course, we want to engage with them. So if you can ask them a question about if they found it helpful or what they struggle with, or what maybe it's something like, I'll even throw a lot of my base is parenting. I have a almost 2-year-old and a 7-year-old, and we have very different things going on in our life right now developmentally. So I'll throw in some of the tools that I've been finding helpful. And so I'll say, what are you finding helpful at this stage? Or maybe it's that they've already been through that. What are you finding helpful? And I'll get them to engage on my post. Okay, we got some more questions. You guys can unmute yourselves too and talk to me. So that Amber says she's run free groups with groups of coaches, haven't had any success converting, ready to try again with a better, different approach. You're welcome, love. I did like the basic. Okay, so here's at the very beginning, Meredith is the nutritional guru, like holistic health practitioner. The way we even met was she was doing the nutrition segment of my yoga teacher training. And I was just like, I'm a nurse, but I geek out on all things like Eastern medicine. And I just wanted to know everything that was in her head. Right. So when we started the coaching thing, I wanted to team up with her. And I was like, let's do a free cleaning challenge together. She says, nope, you're going to have to do your own. And I'm like, but I don't know anything that you did. So I watched her group. Right. And I literally would okay, she did an almond milk video. I need to do an almond milk video. She did a welcome video. I did a welcome video. She talked about whatever. I didn't know shit, but I figured it out while I was doing it. And it helped me build my confidence. And now I have my own clean eating guide set apart. I'm like, talk about tough love. We have everything laid out for you guys. She was like, nope, sorry, I'm doing my own. Can I use your guide? Nope. I'm like, well, okay, I'll show you. I'll do my own. But you guys, there's so much that we can, my first one, I can guarantee you was not great. But I found, and to be honest, I don't know that all my people wanted a clean eating group. And so I had to find, like I said, I had to find what it was that interested them, And so that's throwing things against a wall, seeing what sticks, learning from the experience, picking yourself up and trying again. That's entrepreneurship. I know Megan's a runner. I don't know if Megan's done one as a runner, trying to train for a marathon, the things that you can do, the workouts from BOD that are helpful, the supplements. but there's a lot of there's so many ways that you can go from this. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What's going through your mind right now? Like, what would you try today if you were going to try sharing on social media, throwing out some helpful tips? What would it be? Not everybody all at once.
I'm actually gearing up to run a free group with one of my challengers who works alongside Young Living. So we're actually going to do oils and fitness group, and she's given me some oils beforehand. So I'm going to start using those and like integrating that into that, because it's a very Pacific Northwest thing to incorporate the oils and all that. So that's something that I'm going to jump into and integrate. And then also I'd mentioned something about like doing like a mom's hiking group. I know out in the Pacific Northwest, there's like a different adventure mamas hike groups that are all over the place. So definitely something that I'm going to try and get myself into as well, because I know there's so many different moms that are out there. Yeah, the hiking group. Yeah. So those are just two things that have been like running around in my head too.
That brings up an amazing point too. Thanks, Lisa. We have the Hiking Keiki Club here in Hawaii. So there's that same kind of mentality. And then I loved this idea. One of my friends who's a coach here, she's on another team. When her little one was born, she wanted to grow more of a local market. So she did a BYOB workout, bring your own baby workout in the park, and they would do all the baby friendly wearing workouts. So like country heat, and she'd take these epic videos of all these moms out in the park wearing their babies, jamming out to country heat or whatever. So if you want to build a more local base and have more relationships with ladies there, think like here in Hawaii, I don't know if you guys we have a Fit for Moms club that goes and they do walks or they do like boot camp style workouts. There's nothing that precludes you from like saying, hey, I'm going to start a meetup in my neighborhood, at my church, with ladies that have common interests. Like before a hike, we're going to warm up doing, one of the challenges or PIO workouts or something, but you can do something that meets the needs of the people that you're trying to connect with. There is a slam, slay like a mother group. I like it. Slay like a mother, slam group. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. Anybody else want to share what's running through your brain? Because when we say things out loud, we start to brainstorm together. You'll get somebody else's wheels turning, and then you can also maybe find somebody to team up with and run this group together. Bethany, do you have any gems that you'd like to contribute to this conversation? What kind of value you add to your social page, relationship building?
Sure. I market myself a lot to fellow opera singers and artists and musicians. So I really tailor like my social media stuff to them. And I did a free group the week after Holy Week, because for classical musicians, it's a really busy week because we have a lot of church gigs. A lot of high churches hire classical musicians, and we have to sing and perform at like multiple masses and services. And we have a thing that we call folder shoulder, which is where your shoulder really hurts from holding the book out and like, you're singing your messiahs and stuff. So I did a Holy Week recovery group, and I stole stuff from Bod. And I have a yoga teacher on my team that did like yoga for folder shoulder. And I'm Insanity certified, so I did an Insanity class to like get out the stress from Holy Week and re-energize yourself. And then I stole random stuff from the internet, like, getting good sleep, and like just shared like my morning routine for like starting the morning with positivity. And so I had some good conversions from that. And yeah. So, and I got a lot of people when I invited people to that, and I said, hey, I'm doing this free Holy Week recovery group where I'm just going to give all sorts of self-care tips for the week after Holy Week. Do you want to join? I invited so many people that have been watching my Instagram story and never responded to me ever. And it got them to respond. So, if you're having like that thing that we all have where you have all these people watching your story every day and you're like, they're clearly like, they keep watching. Why don't they want to talk to me? If you give them something that's like no obligations, it's completely free, that can actually get them to respond and start to be more open to building a relationship with you once they know, especially on Instagram, because everybody's trying to sell them something on Instagram. So if you just let them know that like you're not selling them something right now, give them something free. And I haven't done a free group in a really long time. So that was kind of an experiment to see if those people would respond, and they did. So if you haven't done a free group in a while, just think of something your people need and try to meet that need in a way that's like, you know, just offering them value and trying to make their life better without anything in it for you. And then they want to like join you.
Did you go, and that she brings up a very valuable point. Meredith always talks about watching your stories, and in the bottom left-hand corner of your Instagram stories, you can see who's watching and who diverts away. But if they've stayed tuned for several stories, you should be keeping track of who those people are, because they're watching you. They're watching you, and you go back and you can message them and say, hey, I really appreciate your support on my stories. Like, I see you watching, and I would love to extend this invite. I don't often do this, or I only do this once a month, or I only do this once a quarter, but I'm hosting a free whatever it is, and I just wanted to see if you would like a personal invite and to join us. Personalization, relationship building, that is what differentiates. She said people are being sold to you all the time. That's what differentiates us, is the relationship piece. So show your hand there. Show them the relationship piece of it, not just the product piece of it. The other thing I wanted to show out there is for those of you that work full-time, one of the coaches on our team who's very successful at building her niche market, her name's Renee Paro. She's a physician. She started with me as a challenger when she was in her residency, and her husband was in a surgical residency. And so her free groups, you guys, were break room breakdowns. Like, she would have the nurses and the doctors on the midnight shift in using BOD, like doing their break time hustle, like together, like getting fit, because healthcare providers tend to be some of the most unhealthy people on the planet. They spend all their time taking care of other people. They forget to take care of themselves. So she had her doctors and her nurses and her PT people in there, respiratory therapists, doing little workouts. So her freemium was around the break room. There's other people that are teachers. Teachers work out in their classroom hustle. Like, you can help them get involved in that. So give it some thought. I'm going to make sure I post a post-call discussion on the group page as ideas start to roll in, because I'm one of those people that I'll take all of it in, and then as it marinates, I'll start popping off with ideas. So I want a place for us all to brainstorm together, and for you all to link up so that you can start to maybe team up. And like Laura put out there that she's going to be doing a half marathon. I know there are other people on the team that might not be on the call right now, but that are going to watch the replay, that might be interested in teaming up or have done a running type conditioning group and would be down to share what worked for them. Lots of recovery. Danielle said, yeah, there's lots of recovery workouts on BOD. So much good stuff, you guys. All right, so we have about 7 minutes. If there's questions, I'll take them, but I would love for you guys to just be able to have some time to contribute to that post and think about it. If you have anything else you want to ask me, it doesn't have to be even related to this. Anybody else got questions heading into the last couple days of the month?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So June is my birthday month, and I'm stuck. So I have 2 questions. One, I've only been able to find in BOD the 3 months where you get 30 days free, and then I go, just cancel it and we'll send you the link to sign up at 30 days. So I don't know where to find the 14-day. Could you point me towards that? But my other question is, so I like the idea of doing like the 14-day free BOD, and then I was thinking of offering like an incentive just for my birthday month if they sign up, of like, I don't know, like an Amazon gift card or something. Like, has anyone done that? And does it work? Does it help? Like, how do you, I don't know. It's just a thought, and I kind of.
Totally. So the first thing, it used to be a 30-day free trial, and I only have access, at least on my end, to a 14-day. I don't know. Yeah, every 30-day trial converted to a 2-week trial. So if you go into the share cart, I don't know where you're accessing the 30-day, but about 2 years ago, they chopped it down to 2 weeks.
Well, it's in so you do the 3 months, but they get the first month free.
It's only 2
and
weeks.
I just sent it like last month. So it says like the 3 months, and then the first month is free, and then after that they'll be charged for so you just cancel it at the 30 days.
Okay, so on the Beachbody On Demand app and in the share cart, it's the 3 month, but it says 14 days. If you look at it, because it's pulled up right here. And I even have a video where I walk them through it, and I recently just refilmed my video, and so it only gives them 2 weeks. It doesn't give them a full 30 days. So I would double check that, and if you see something else, screenshot it for me and send it to me. But as far as my knowledge, like on the app right now, it says 14 days, and any video that I've ever put together for like the last 2 years says only 14 days. They discontinued the 30-day trial. So that's how I go straight into it, is because that's the only option available to me on my end from what I see. But again, if you see it, screenshot it and send it to me, and I'll check it out for you. The other thing, you mentioned birthday month. That's a great way to go about helping people get over that hurdle, to offer an Amazon gift card. I know Meredith sometimes throws in the bands, because there's a lot of workouts now that use the bands like Aloe. But if you want to do a gift card, the only thing that you ever have to be mindful of is compliance. You can't give a gift card away for it. Like, there's a ratio. If the item that they get is $100, the gift card can't exceed $20 or something like that, and that's all in P&P. But you can absolutely say, hey, I'm doing a raffle, or the first 3 people that join I always say my wellness studio, the first 3 people that join my wellness studio in June get bands, or a surprise from me, or a tub of Energize, like I call it Go-Go Mom Juice. So I say I'm going to send you Energize, or packets of Energize. It could even be samples. So whatever you are comfortable extending out there, you can do that. If you're going to do it as a giveaway, like you're trying to boost your algorithm on Instagram, for instance, you say, hey, it's my birthday month. I'm going to do a giveaway. Number 1, like this post. Number 2, tag someone down below, and I'll enter you into a raffle for XYZ. You can do it that way as well. If you're trying, it just depends on what you're trying to get them to take action on. Are you trying to build a following? Are you trying to get a challenge pack? So be mindful, start with the end in mind is what I'm trying to say, and then target the people in a way that you know is going to motivate them. Will they be motivated by a gift card? Would they be more motivated by a tub of Energize? Kind of decide what that would speak to them, and then try it out. But I say, yeah, I've done giveaways before, for sure. Especially at the end of the month to lock in Success Club. I'm like, would you like my firstborn child? No, I'm just kidding. Would you like my arm? All right, anybody else? Good questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I know, because I'm actually getting ready to host a free one with one of my newest coaches. So she wants to do like a bust your buns ones, kind of like you did. What else could we add into the group that would help people besides just butt workouts? Like throw in nutrition, or I'm not sure how to like keep them engaged with only.
Yeah, we want to have them, because we know as this group that doing bun toning workouts, if they're eating garbage, is not going to do anything for them, right? So you could do like a maximize your results day where you help them eliminate sugar, and so then you weave in a couple low sugar recipes. Or we also know as part of this little group that if their mindset's not right, it doesn't matter what kind of butt busting workouts they're going to do, they're going to go right back to the way they did it before if they don't change their mindset. So you weave in all the different elements. Again, you're auditioning as their coach, right? So yeah, you get them in the door with butt busting workouts, but then you sprinkle on top of it, hey, I'm going to help you boost your confidence, and that's going to help you stick with workouts. I'm going to show you a couple recipes that are going to help you be fat burning. Like what fat burning foods are there? Because that's going to help them, whatever. Or what do you want to eat before leg day? How important is nutrition if you're trying to build muscle? Super important, right? So what do you supplement with? Do a day on what I supplement with to help my muscle tone, and talk about the performance line or things that you personally use. And weave in things that aren't Beachbody related too. Like I talk about Udo's oil as a healthy fat. I talk about, like I said, my favorite leggings. So what leggings make your butt look good? I like leggings that make my butt look good. If you're doing a booty busting challenge, maybe, something that doesn't ride your crack is always nice too when you're doing leg workouts. I just make it fun, make it personal. Like one of the things Andrea Crowder said, she's a dear friend, and I love the way she does her groups too. She wants it to feel like a girlfriend hangout, not just like we're here to do this one thing. She wants people to come there with their questions. What did they struggle with? What do they like? I might post a funny meme. They have those, I don't know if your feed fills up with them. Apparently Instagram thinks I like butts. So I get like that bombshell leggings. Have you ever guys seen the ads for bombshell leggings where it's booties? Like you could throw some fun stuff in there, make them laugh, make them engage with what it is that you're doing, but show some of your personality too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Automatically put in the cart before you need. Realize you can send an empty carry cart. Yep, there you go. Okay. Looks like everybody's answering each other's questions. Thanks so much. I love when you do that. All right, guys. So it is time. I want to honor your space. Thanks for showing up tonight. If you have questions, let me know. I will post a post-call discussion in the group. I would love for you to contribute your ideas there and link up with one another and just have fun adding value, growing your team's networks. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.